Hey, welcome to How to Draw Inspector Gadget Part 2. Just drawing a full body of him. We're going to look at the coat more so today. And if you look at the proportions, it's a sort of square basically for the upper body. It's a rectangle but with the corners cut off. So imagine a rectangle here and more rectangles down here and ovals for the feet. Now let's address the upper part. So you want to draw your square like this, but it's going to taper in slightly towards the bottom, right? So we're doing that type of shape, not a regular square. So then once you've got your section part off, this lapel is going to go across like this. So draw your line down around about here, see here, and you want 4 buttons there. From this line it's going to swoop up here, and you're going to have to practice the lapel part because that is the trickiest part. Okay, and below the 4 buttons, let me just do that. Below the 4 buttons is our belt, and it's going to be tucked in a little bit like this, and do a 1 box and a gap, and draw the main buckle and a gap. And another bit like that. Messed that up a little bit, but you get the idea. You need 2 straps like that, so don't forget the gaps like that. Okay, so that's the top bit. Now this is the most difficult. That we'll need to practice. You've also got the 2 side things. The name, I'm sure there's a technical name for them, but the word fails me right now. Basically, just over here from the lapel, you're going to have to draw that and a circle on top, another one again. Okay, as I said, this is the most difficult part of the top half. So on the back, let's address the bottom part of the coat. He's got a long flowing coat that goes past the knees, and short trousers, rectangles again, rectangles that are going to taper in. That tapering thing is very important in Inspector Gadget. Hemline at the bottom and a seam, right? Hemline and seam, right? And his coat will be like this, roughly. Okay. Now I'm rushing through this just to make it as short as possible for people's attention spans, because I know they're short. So let's see. Once more. Okay. And, oh yes, and then he's got 2 more buttons under the belt. Okay, so what you should end up with is something like this. If you take part 1 and part 2, that's it. Sorry, let me just get the camera there. Part 1 was the face. Please check that out. You need to practice that. I think in part 3 we'll be addressing hands. That's a whole new adventure. So let's not forget our buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 below the belt. Well, that was below the belt. As in the intro, he's crawling across there. Trousers are quite short. The legs should be visible here. And the shoes, let's focus in on the shoes. So basically start with an oval. They're going to connect around about here with his feet. You've got to give him sort of a rim, a connection there. He's kind of got like clown's feet because he's a silly character, so exaggerated long feet, and again like 2 loaves of bread or something, section, 2 laces, curve, curve, there's his legs. Alright, that's going to need a bit of work, and don't forget the sole of the shoe. And then we're talking hands before, so again, same thing with a standard cartoon glove with they're called kids gloves or kid gloves, and they're unlike Mickey's gloves, which are just 3 dashes. These are quite raised. They're minor detail, but there you go. And it's also got this little button thing here on the sleeve, which again tends to be like Mickey Mouse's ears, in that they will appear either side of the sleeve depending. And yeah, you just need to practice your hands next. That's next, because Inspector Gadget has many gloves coming out. So I recommend doing lots of poses and drawing hands again and again, because that's what's needed the most in cartoons. And faces and hands, that's your key. Okay, so that's me and Inspector Gadget signing out. Go Go Gadget Part 3.